rattled here, actually pushing in towards Palace here. And no AWPs to be purchased whatsoever. It's going to be Nico going aggressive once again, but Dupree loves his connector area, getting in there with the smoke they have on the CT side.
I think you hit the nail on the head as well about resetting, but mousesports need to do that as well. They can't dwell too much on those lost chances.
You can't sit there and argue and get frustrated with it. It's reset for you as well.
Get on with it.
You got that far before, you can do it again.
Yep.
Just need to be a little bit more contained in those clutch situations. So many city rounds thrown there, but what a game this is turning out to be. Dennis once again finds that first frag onto Zipex. They have the man advantage once more. I think I've said that about 5 times.
They found the bomb as well. Nico has just discovered a gold mine here. And he's got the frag on top of it.
It seems like there's a distinct lack of awareness from Astralis. The fact that these CT players are allowed to do this time and time again, whether it's pushing low around, pushing top and middle, they seem to find a frag to unsuspecting terrorists almost every single time. That's what's giving them the man advantage. So that rings true once more. It's a 4-on-3. The CTs have got full control of the bomb. It needs to be retaken now. Device, Occasion B trying to do what they can here, being flashed off and smoked out. Chris J does take down Dupree. This should be the round tied up, surely.
Oh, Cajun B, you're burning. He finally gets picked off from Dennis. Up shot not quite connecting from Device, and the fact that mousesports come out and could very well pick up this round clearly and convincingly definitely bodes well for them. Maybe dust off some of those cobwebs.
Well then, a convincing round once again. mousesports showing they're not backing down just yet, applying the pressure in all areas of the map. And as I mentioned before, Astralis looked like a bit discombobulated right now, not really covering the key positions, allowing CTs to find those first picks by themselves. It's not like they're pushing up as a team. It's just Nico and Dennis pushing in lower around, pushing up top and middle, and capitalizing each time, it seems. There we go. Device does save the AWP. The thing is, even in overtime right now, if they lose this round, they could find themselves in disarray in terms of the economy game next round. mousesports, huge round for them once more.
It seems to me, Henry, I'm not sure if you'd agree with this, but mousesports typically, when they've won rounds, it's been down to teamwork and cohesion.
Yeah, absolutely.
When Astralis have won, it's been sick individual play.
mousesports should have won this game hands down. This should be over. But somehow it's just mousesports throwing the clutch situation, or someone just going absolutely sick on Astralis in the clutch situations. That Carrigan ran out of Palace with a Tech 9. I have no idea how he won that round. That shouldn't be happening. Same goes for that Zipex round as well. They didn't even get to the bomb before they had a chance to defuse. It's kind of bloody scenes going on, but here we go then. We enter round number 2 of overtime. mousesports currently up 1-0. You can see Astralis now actually being a lot more passive. They're trying to wait for this aggression coming in. It's happened time and time again. This time, though, mousesports opting not to do it. I think they've probably realized they're going to catch on sooner or later. We can't keep doing that. It's not going to work out every single time. Flashing into a ramp there, just seeing if they can bait out some of the teasers, maybe just hear some footsteps as to what's going on. Time ticking away. The bomb is making its way back towards the A bomb site. It's going to be Carrigan bringing it over. 3 CTs still towards A. And there's boost up into the window. It's actually going to be Dupree who's made his way into that window. I'm not sure the CTs are actually be fully aware of this. Let's see what the reaction is. Dennis trying to spot towards connector.
Delayed push in Palace. Very nearly works a charm for Nico. Gonna try and flash his way out there. Come out all guns blazing.
The boost working out for Dupree. He finds that first kill, and you can see how difficult this is for the CTs now to hold off. Nico finds one, and so does Chris J, giving them a real chance of this round. That's the situation neutralized and actually going in favor of Astralis now. 3 plays 2. They will get the bomb down, and CTs both rotating through CT spawn. It's going to be Speedy and Next on the retake.
This game continues to yo-yo back and forth. Speedy nearly got the drop onto Device. 1-on-3. Player on firebox. Speedy knows this. Gonna try and use that smoke to his own advantage. Goes for the spray down, lands it. He's down to 49. And there's Carrigan with the headshot. Astralis again. Just about hang on. 16-16.
Absolutely. Dupree there getting boosted up into the window. Look like the CTs had that lack of awareness that time. He gets towards jungle, finds the first frag, and you see how panicked the CTs were. They were being aggressive towards Palace area, and one player on the bomb site. They really had to work so hard for those frags. Managed to bring it down to a competitive situation, but fortunately, Astralis did capitalize. And now we're seeing a little bit of a change of pace here from mousesports, sending 2 players towards middle. Device does take down Dennis. Finally, for once, it seems like they are getting the man advantage. He actually faced towards Palace there. There's Nika trying to get the refrag, but Device, huge kill there. And that should open up the A bomb site. And it's the last round. The CTs have to go for the retake here, but what a round this has been so far from Device.
Nico just got absolutely wrecked. He'll be feeling sick to his stomach right now. Good flick shot from Chris J. We'll be hoping for more of the same. 3-on-3 retake. Device is low. And then here come the Molotovs. That's going to force Cajun B out right into the embracing arms of Next, but actually it's Speedy that gets that frag with the Molotov. And now the 2-on-1 retake comes in from Chris J. He's going to try and draw out players. Looks up to Palace, but
unwinnable.
The Terrorists are playing this one perfectly. The shoulder peeking, not giving him any real hope of getting this round under his belt. And he just doesn't have the time. He's going to have to stick on the site. Device is going to peek.
Yeah, that's how you play.
There we go.
You make him panic. He's looking at two situations. Once you make him do one fake defuse, shoulder peek it, put him in. He's just standing in the open. You've got to be clear that he has another 5 seconds of defusing there. You can sacrifice one player at that point. Wait another 5 seconds, and at that point it's just an easy frag. So very well played from Astralis. So they actually take the advantage on their T side after that huge disadvantage they had in the actual regulation time on the Terrorist side, just only getting rounds with clutches. They actually win the first half of overtime, 2-1 here. So they're in fantastic stead here. This T side is what they struggled on the most. They actually won 10-5 on their CT half, if you remember. So
yep.
Maybe this is where they can actually step up now and finish this one off. mousesports would be so gutted, and I'd be gutted for them as well. It seems like this was their game to take, but sometimes those are the breaks. As we go into the first round of the second half now, Astralis putting Carrigan back onto the AWP. He'll be back towards the B Palmer's area, and it looks like a full A execution coming in from the German side.
Super important round here for mousesports. It goes without saying. And Dennis is going to be the first to chime in with frags. Both Cajun B and Device feel the force, and that is going to pretty much gift wrap that bomb plant for mousesports. Astralis now. Zipnix is going to bag himself a frag through the smoke in the head of Dennis, keeping this round interesting. But it appears that Astralis are giving up the chase here. They're actually going to back off onto B site, save the weapons, play.
As I mentioned before, like, you may think it's MR3, it's 10K. You can actually, on the CT side especially, if you lose all the AWPs and all the rifles and you then lose the next round, you're actually in a full eco. Like, you have nothing to work from the third round. So it's actually kind of appreciate this. They've worked out it's an unwinnable situation. And hats off to Dennis on those entry frags. It's pretty simple execution. What they actually did was quite funny. This is what Dignitas used to run, actually, is when you do all the smokes over the top, and as the smokes are all coming up and the CTs are just getting ready to react, you actually burst out onto the bomb site before anything blooms or anything goes off and catch the CTs with grenades in their hands. And that can work so effectively, especially in an overtime situation. It's actually pretty impressive from mousesports there. They tie things up, bring it to 17-17. And there we go then, second round. We can see Carrigan still on the AWP, obviously saved that from last round. And this time Chris J will be wielding it himself. He's currently sat on 32 frags. He's had a great Mirage campaign here.
Yeah, two top fraggers, both on mousesports.
Yeah.
Nico with 30 as well. 19, of course, that magic number that both teams are battling for. Chris J going for that early peak. Can he reap the rewards?
Wow.
Oh, Carrigan had the advantage. He was just stationary, waiting for a pixel to show up on his screen, and will execute to perfection. And that's a key first frag, because we just said Chris J has been the man for mousesports today.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 minute 20 remains. Carrigan does find that first pick. You can see the T's now questioning themselves. They know the AWP is towards B. You can see them maybe rotating back towards mid here. They still have 3 smoke grenades here and 3 Molotovs, so definitely not out of the round just yet. No one from the CT really committing either. You can see it's just a battle of wits right now. Who can make the next move?
Players just jumping. It's Device and Astralis. He's just jumping over on the CT boxes, waiting for Mouse to show themselves. And again, it's going to be a pretty similar strat. 3 players coming up through ramp, with one likely going to be looking for the back attack. That's going to be Nico. Then maybe wrapping himself through connector. Cajun B goes out, at least trades out a frag before falling, which is really the best case scenario, because he was burning alive at the same time. Nico is going to find the same fate, and that puts a lot of pressure, a lot of stress on the shoulders of Speedy and Nex. They'll be charging on through. Here comes Nex, first frag land for him. 20 seconds, 1 versus 3, and Zipnix is there to deliver the fatal shot, and that will give Astralis their first match point.
Yes, you're absolutely right there, Carrigan. Finding that first frag, funneling the T towards that A bomb site. mousesports did manage to find a couple of frags, but it wasn't meant to be that. Next left in a pretty much unwinnable situation, now 3-on-1 with no bomb plant. So this means everything now as we enter round number 6 and the final round of the half. mousesports need this to stay alive here. As Carrigan, there's no fear whatsoever, forces towards the top of middle, misses the shot, but manages to get away with it. Did have backup from his teammates towards the window as well, so lucky to get away with that one. Could have gone either way. And now the Terrorists a little bit scared as to actually enter that mid area.
Astralis with a hit and run kind of strategic play here. As you say, Carrigan does miss that shot, but gets away with it. So that's the important part for Astralis. Flashbang going to be landing. Is it mixing the push after this one? He checks the wrong angle, and Nico will put him down. 2 entries over on B side. A lot rests on the shoulders of Device until the cavalry arrives, and he is going to put down the first frag, pushing through smoke. This is doable from him, but that's speedy. Device lands another shot, 2-on-2 now. CajunB finally shows up. And Nico, you'd want no one else in this situation. The first frag comes down, and he clutches! Unbelievable! Second overtime.
My God, every player on the server is pulling out all the stops right now. This time it's Nico. 4 kills that round and brings us a second overtime. mousesports are not out of this just yet. And all of a sudden, the mental game shifts in their favor. They're the ones that have come out of nowhere. CajunB, did he have to jump through the window at that stage?
I was about to ask you, is that the right play? I mean, obviously it turned out not to be, but he had time.
The bomb wasn't planted.
Yeah.
He had time to work with, kind of force out a plan there.
I'm not sure if Henry's...
I'm back.
He's back.
Just as we were building up the hype, I get cut off. Anyway, there we go. We are going to be seeing a second overtime there. Nico, one of the scariest fraggers in Europe right now, recently brought back into the lineup of mousesports and showing exactly why he's meant to be on there, because he's absolutely sick. 34 frags for him. He is currently top fragging. And what a game this is turning out to be. Back and forth all the way. It seems like in regulation time, Astralis were completely out of this, morally and tactically. They didn't really bring anything to the table apart from big clutch situations. And now they've brought it into a double overtime. mousesports with that fantastic last round there. Nico bringing some form out of nowhere.
It's at a loss for words. I think whatever happens in this game, mousesports obviously can still win this, but even if they were to lose, they can hold their heads high. They have proved a lot of doubters wrong today.
Yeah, well,
they've played crazy.
Taking down Virtus Pro already. Yep. They should have won this game in regulation time. It should have been tied up there and then, but they managed to dodge the bullet there. It seemed like it was all pointed in one direction. Like Astralis had that tied up. It was a 2-on-1, but Nico, what a player he is turning out to be. 34 frags, 25 deaths, and you can see the look of disappointment on Astralis' face, just to make that clear. Like, I really feel like CajunB maybe panicked in that situation a little bit. He wanted to get it done and dusted and try and maybe catch some reloading or something. That's all I can think of. Jumping out the window is such a questionable play regardless. You've got to check so many angles as you jump out. And obviously, you can't shoot for that half a second you're jumping through. So, interesting decision from him. But here we go then. We are going to be starting in to the second set of overtime here. Everything obviously reset. And we go to 18-18. Double AWP setup coming out for Astralis this time. It's going to be CajunB and Karrigan here. So a change of pace for them. They normally just rely on Karrigan for the AWP this time. So you'd assume Cajun will be towards that A-bomb site.
Such a sick game of Counter-Strike. Both teams have had a chance to win as well. It's important to mention. Astralis have had 1 match point. I believe mousesports had 2.
There we go then. mousesports committing 4 players towards the B side of the map. They have got one towards, just watching for any aggression towards the top of mid, and Nico looking for any aggression that their device has shown as well a lot of the times.
This is super risky as well though, Henry, for the reasons you mentioned. The economy could prove to be a factor here if Astralis can't convert this round with putting so much into this with double AWPs, but they have picked up the first kill, which is certainly going to help matters for them. The bomb is transitioning over onto the A side. Nico drops down onto device. That's a big kill. And A almost completely vacated from Astralis. They're assuming this would be a B play. CajunB misses a big shot. Does get on the second time of asking. Both the AWPs have came good in this round, but so has Dennis. Headshot onto CajunB, his second frag of the round. The bomb is dropped. But Chris J could be the key man.
We've got Chris J coming into this ladder run here. We'll spot Karrigan, actually gets unlucky with the timing there. And this kill is going to mean everything. Karrigan goes to the cheeky one, and all of a sudden he's got the advantage. The reload comes in. Chris J gets away with his life though. Karrigan and Chris J missing shots there. This is kind of a crazy situation. As now then we have Dupree spotting Dennis and taking him down as well. Just going to leave Chris J in the 2-on-1 situation. 20 seconds to play with. No bomb down just yet, and you can see the CTs just playing this one out. They know they have the advantage. Dupree should be able to get this kill pretty convincingly though. Doesn't actually take it down straight away. Chris J surely is not winnable.
You think
5
so?
seconds. Surely out of this now.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Jeez, Karrigan, you scared me. You scared me there, sir.
These rounds are really, really exciting. It's so cool to see 2 teams that are really going at it, putting everything they've got into every single round. And Chris J definitely had a look into it. That kill towards Vadarum, he got so unlucky with the timings. He caught Carrigan completely in the back there, but some sort of jump Carrigan did, like took him out of sight, and then he spotted him, and no one could land the shot, and he somehow survived. It was kind of a nuts round, but there we go. Astralis will take the first one there. 19 plays 18, going back to the single orb setup here. H&B probably not feeling it. Did have a couple of whiffs there in the last round, so we're returning back to the M4. Looks like it's a full AX cube coming in from mousesports this time. All 5 players committed to that side of the map. You'd assume this time maybe more of a traditional setup with the smoke. It's not going to be running in before they bloom. We can see, they are going to be waiting a little bit longer, but first pick coming in for Carrigan.
Easy picking, second as well. He is proving to be a turret that is just unkillable. Well, I say that, but Chris J comes back with 2 of his own AWP frags. Keeping mousesports in this round, however, cue the Jaws music, Dupree, he's on the prowl.
Uh-oh.
Nico solo as well. Is he just going to buy this time away?
Oh.
What? Dupree, what just happened? Still, though, it's important to mention that mousesports, this is by no means a gimme. They're both so low on HP. Astralis should still have this.
Definitely still should have this. You can see Nico on 4 HP, Speedy on 20. The CT is probably aware of the situation. There it is. Zipex goes to the face, takes down the bomb carrier as well. Just going to leave Speedy in the 2-on-1 situation with no HP to play. Has got time on his side. That's about it. That's probably the best plan he could have gone for. If he can get away with this and get in a decent position, a real chance to do something with it. Oh, not the best position though.
Oh,
it's a one and done situation with this kind of play.
This is a venge frag all day as far as Astralis are concerned.
Exactly.
Give away 1 life. Trader out, Speedy. Oh my.
That's all he could have really hoped for. Low HP, get himself in that position. As soon as the first frag is made, you're always going to get that revenge coming in and winning the round.
The way this game has been going, I thought,
to be fair, right? We've seen crazier things happen this game, it has to be said. But there we go, Astralis get themselves 1 step closer again. 2 in a row for them. And you can see Carrigan really stepping up in this round. Finds those 2 first frags. Dupree, though.
That was the moment there.
It's crazy he didn't land that shot, but there it is. Into round number 3 now.
mousesports, again, trying to battle from behind. I think this is maybe the biggest lead we've seen from Astralis since that first half. So are they going to be able to convert this? Chris Shea has opened up this round with the first frag. And that forces the CTs to quickly react, and they have done so. 2 players on B, one of which is going to be Dupree. He's now moving into window. And you can see that mousesports, after that first pick, aren't too interested in playing aggressive. They've dropped the bomb, and they are just trying to bunch up and hope that Astralis makes some mistakes while looking for information.
There we go. They've got the man advantage. It's Carrigan. That's a huge scalp to take, considering how effective he has been in the AWP in this overtime section. Sports with the advantage here. I'd say this is a must-win round for them. Currently at 2-0. They need to be taking something away from this half. And they're rotating back towards the A-bomb site as well. We can see play up. Waiting for that. There it is. Dennis finds that first frag from Connector, and now they have a real chance. It's just K&B in lower ramp, lying in wait, takes the first kill onto Nico, does get taken down, and mousesports finally making something of this. Just going to be Zipex left in the 1 versus 4. Might as well go for it. It's the last round of this overtime. And he's coming in from Connector as well. If he pulls this one off Metis, I'm done. That will be it for me.
And to be honest, I think that would be done for mousesports. They probably all just quit, because this would be absolutely terrible if they were to throw this away. Zipnex has got the first. 3 more, though. Needs to rinse and repeat here. Flashbang up, looking for that second. Spots the player in sandwich. That's going to be Dennis who's pushing him. Gets the second frag, and both of these have been pretty clean. He has a defuse kit. Has already used that smoke. Is he just going to go and try and stick on this?
Yeah,
play the mind games, maybe?
It was a nice try. He got 2 frags out of it, but that's pretty much going to be it now. Those are the fake defuse. Speedy takes him down, and finally, mousesports will get one for their troubles here, not making it a complete whitewash. Zipex will burn alive there towards the end as well, but there we go. Interesting half. I feel like we could be seeing another overtime potentially here, Metas. No one's really running away with this one so far.
Well, if this game's taught me anything, it's that anything's possible.
Absolutely.
Absolutely anything. So definitely not hold it into absolute certainty that Astralis are going to convert this and take it away. mousesports now on the CT side. This is typically where they have played better today.
Yeah.
On Mirage. They've bagged themselves a bunch of rounds in regulation time. Came back from 10-5 deficit and just joined us.
The only rounds they were already losing, as we mentioned before, is just insane clutches coming in from Astralis. Huge individual plays. So 2 required from Astralis to take the victory here. Let's see what they can do with it. Round number 4, second half.
I was curious if we were going to see another fast push from mousesports. They did it so many times on their CT side. But instead, opting for the more static approach, playing disciplined Counter-Strike.
You can see the shift in setup from mousesports. They've actually just sent Chris J over with such a passive setup towards B. He's just on the AWP towards kitchen, and this could be a problem because you can see the T's have made their way up towards short as well. Chris J, yeah, readjusting his position now. Realized the call has come in. They've lost control of that part of the map. Rotation should be coming in soon to help him out. He will be going towards bench, and there it is. Does take down Device as well. 5 on 4, Chris J, keeping up his incredible form he's had throughout this tournament. And takes down one of the heavy hitters of the Danish side as well.
How many times has Chris J bailed them out on the CT side with those opening picks? Time and time and time again. And he is still alive and kicking with full HP to boot, as is everyone else on mousesports. Spoke too soon. Nico meets his demise courtesy of Connector, which is Dupree. And I believe he caught a glimpse of 2 players. That's information that will be traversing to the rest of his team. Carrigan, in the meanwhile, will shut down next. Dennis is in prime position. He needs to be the double spray down. Looking for a 3rd as well. Can't get it done, but does buy up enough time. Zip next now comes in. And we've came full circle. Chris J opens up the round, and now he needs to close it off for mousesports. He's got the AWP. And you know he is capable of craziness, and just gets peaked from Dupree.
Wow,
21-19.
That's such a fearless face from Dupree, considering he knows he has the AWP as well. The fact he capitalizes and takes him down as well, that's kind of nuts. And there we go then. Dennis, this was such sick spray control from him, just transferring over to Cajun B, locking it down. Could have saved the round there and then, but Astralis bring themselves in. 1 more required. It's Chris J now back on the AWP. Will be facing back towards middle. Smoke's out of position right now. May have just spotted Carrigan there jumping across. No real aggression coming in from either team so far. Looks like 4 players though for Astralis are committed towards the A side of the map. It's going to be Device with the AWP this time towards Palace. Looking towards jungle, seeing if he can find an opening pick here. No one going to be rotating that position just yet.
Got a feel that Dennis could very well be the man for mousesports in this round. If he plays his cards right, he could bang himself a hatful of frags, but instead backs on away. Better safe than sorry. Astralis are going to be using Carrigan again through onto Connector. Dennis just playing the angle, not going for the pop flash beforehand, and he has been picked off. It's not looking good for mousesports anymore. Smokes are landing. That bomb will be planted now on the site unless Chris J has something to say about it. There's the first frag for him. Okay. And the bomb has been dropped. So someone has to scurry and pick that one up for their team. Nico comes in as well. Mouse, are you about to dodge another bullet? Well, Device is going to say no. Shuts down Chris J. 3 plays 3. Nico's low. Oh, and Nex has been picked off. That is a huge frag for Astralis. And that could be mousesports now circling the drain. They're doing significant damage, though, onto Dupree, down to 8 HP. There's the frag, though, from Device onto Nico. And now it's all on Speedy. And he can't get it done. Astralis are going to take it in the second overtime, 22-19.
We've got to feel bad for mousesports there. How many times did they come in touching distance there in regulation time? You felt like they should have taken that. They shouldn't have even gone to overtime. Like, it was like 3 or 4 clutch situations they won. It didn't even feel like a convincing T round coming from Astralis throughout the whole campaign there. Double overtime it is, and Astralis finally finished things off their Device in very stylish form to get some nice, 3 kills I think it was in that last segment, but oh, I'm exhausted after that one. What an intense game of individual skill, clutches, and just high-octane moments in general.
Yeah, we're exhausted. Imagine what the players must be feeling right now.
Imagine how gutted mousesports feel. Yeah. Like, that's like such a horrible way to lose. Like when you come so close and you feel like, oh, we tied this up, oh, we've thrown it away. Let's just finish it off in overtime. Goes to double overtime, and you still don't deliver the goods. That's really disappointing for them.
They say one of the makings of a truly great team is being able to battle through the sloppy games and still get the victories. But that's enough from me and Henry. We're going to send it back over to the desk, guys. Take it away.